So you can see here, I've got the new board plugged into here where the joysticks used to go into the motherboard. I have my these cables that I quickly made up to plug into this board, and then now the joysticks plug into here. So a bit of a mess of cables right now until I kind of tuck everything back away, but just for demonstrating. So on the board I've got a switch on the left and a switch on the right. The switch on the left, the power, if you turn it on, will enable the rest of the functions on here. So the first mode is a more common one, which is the adapted mode, which essentially allows these 4 switch jacks to work: forward, backwards, left, right. So I've got a switch plugged into the forward. So if I find my switch there, so now we've got forward. We can adjust the speed that we want those to be by using this trim pot right down here. So if I turn this up just a little bit, going a little bit faster, so you can get nice fine tuning on those speeds. The other mode on here, if I turn the adapted mode off, is to use a joystick. So I've got an RJ45 connector, is what I'm using up to this joystick, which is just a potentiometer with X and Y axes. Additionally, if it gets unplugged, I've got a detect pin on there, so that way it doesn't go erratic if you don't have the joystick plugged in. So we can do all the movements on here, which is a nice option for those more familiar with single joystick control. And again, can adjust the speed of that by using the potentiometer back on the board. And then finally, the last sort of mode on here is by taking this switch, the power, and turning it off, which would make these operational again, but because they're not going directly to the board, I really am doing still some control in here because, as you know, in the past, these never really worked that well. So now we can do very fine movement on here. So I've got control, and again, all controlled by the potentiometer setting on there. So anyways, so once everything's kind of cleaned up, I can tuck it all back away, and if you are able to make a case for that, that'd be great. We can get that mounted, I'm thinking, up here in this corner, just like that. Could probably stick it right there and still be able to plug everything in from there. Everything should fit. If there's a problem with it, let me know, because I'm going to make another revision anyways. As you see, I had to change a couple pins around here anyways, as 2 of the ones I had weren't analog, and I needed that option for using these external joysticks. So anyways, that's where it's at.